the one thing that we couldn't possibly do adhesive bonded dentistry without. I mean, this thing, the Isolite, rocks, does it not?
It does. To be honest with you, when I first started here and Dr. Ehrlich pulled that thing out, I was a little apprehensive because I thought this little thing here's taking my job. It's absolutely
It's not nearly
amazing.
as funny as you
It's
are.
not as funny as I am. I mean,
No,
it looks.
it's not as funny.
It probably looks as funny as I do, but it actually makes things for you so much easier.
Why?
Bonding. How could we bond a onlay in without an Isolite? I mean, I don't even want to think
Well,
about.
we could. Before I got into Isolite, I think I've been using it about 10 years now. Don't get me wrong, all you dentists that are watching this, we got hammered in the face in dental school about rubber dam and everything, and we still do it for endo and all those things, but if we didn't have to use one, we would rather not. So what happens? You don't use one, and you jam their face all up with cotton rolls, and you're trying to keep it dry in a certain way. But you know, when I first used this thing, I thought it was crazy. How is anybody going to take this, receive it? And it's literally changed our practice.
The biggest thing is to get the patients to accept it. I think as soon as you come at them with this, the first thing they're going to go is, mm-mm.
No way.
No, that
You
ain't
mean that thing's going to go in
go
mine?
in there? No,
That doesn't
ain't
work out.
I mean, we get done so much faster. You're not chasing amalgam pieces.
That's right.
You're not, and they think that they can't swallow and they get panicky. But once you learn the things that you need to say to the patient, very rarely do we have anybody.
If I was the patient right now, and the patient just sitting there, I just got numbed up, I'm sitting here trying to watch TV, I'm kind of worried, and we're in their face. I mean, we're in their face, literally, so it's a very tense moment at that time. What are some of the things you say about the Isolite?
So I always like to prepare them ahead of time. Dr. Ehrlich has numbed the patient. He's usually over to check hygiene, and I take it out of the paper and I show them and I tell them we're going to use a little rubber device.
You mean that thing?
This thing, yes, this thing. And it is going to help us to get finished so much faster.
Faster?
They love that.
They love that, faster.
So I explained to them that it's going to be a little bit awkward when we're first putting it in. Let me get it past your front teeth, and when you can rest, you'll see how it works. So that's the main thing, is letting them know that once we get it in there, that everything's okay. You can still, breathing through your nose is a huge thing. They always want to breathe through their mouth. Explain to them that they need to breathe through their nose.
Yeah,
okay.
Even on those very small mouths where you have to bend it, turn it as it's going in, and then it just pushes into place like that, then you can see the release in their eyes, and then we're rocking and rolling.
It starts to make sense, and they realize how much. I usually turn the light on. I show them that, this illuminates your mouth so much. Dr. Ehrlich can see really, really well, so they always love that the light is there. I turn the suction on, so I say it's constantly suctioning. You're not only relying on me to suction, that this is keeping everything out of your mouth.
And when you were talking about speed, we can get through our appointments so much faster that, the patients, they'll look at us and they'll say, oh, is that it?
That's it?
I love that thing. And just 30 minutes before, they're sitting there, they're saying, you're going to put this thing in my mouth? But once they get the value of what this just unbelievable device does, it makes it for better patient experience.
And when they know that it can come out at any time. So
factor.
We always tell them, all you have to do is raise your hand, and we can stop, and this comes out. Unlike the rubber dam, once it's
But I love how you say it, because when you tell the patient, you'll always say, we'll take it right out. And she does it visually to them so that they know how fast it's going to come out.
Exactly.
So you've worked on patients before, so you can kind of sense that they're trying to breathe, that there's something going on. Pull it out. And suction goes in before they can even close their mouth, and so they're cleared out.
Yeah.
They can swallow, they can breathe, then they can say, will you change the channel? Change the channel. I mean,
and
come on,
most of the time they're ready. They'll go, okay, I'm ready. They just need to swallow it, and it's almost, as long as they know that it can come out just like that, I can take a breather, I can swallow. They always say, okay, I'm ready. and we immediately get back to work. So.
The other thing that's really neat is, like, let's say we're making a CEREC restoration, we prep the tooth. It makes it easier for imaging.
Oh,
for sure, because
absolutely.
it keeps the tongue back, the cheek, and everything, and it helps us keep a drier field. So the imaging is a lot better. And then when you take it out, they are waiting while the CEREC crown is being milled and made. But when you come back and you're going to put the Isolite in, now it's not even a discussion. Hey, we need to put this in one more time. And they're like, okay. And then it goes in, and we're putting it in at the most critical point of the appointment when we're trying to bond that in.
This would be phenomenal for, assistants that are the doctor's prepared the tooth, and he's off in his office or having coffee or checking Facebook.
What do you mean in our office?
Because you know that they're checking Facebook as well.
No, we're not. We're doing hygiene checks. What do you think we do when the hygienist comes over and rings their little bell?
That's true.
We need to get rid of that bell. We can't have our hygienist using a bell. That's demeaning to dentists. But anyway.
It's better than the eye roll you get if you don't come
right.
immediately.
We all know the hygienist eye roll. Don't you? Ew, it's all wet.
Well, I tried it in. Jeez.